We got a little human versus undead to our hands in the Winnerbracket Semifinal of WGL West. The top two will make it, so if you survive this round and the following round, you are qualified for the biggest event of the winter. And it's these two players. It's HawK and SyDe facing each other. Both went to WCG in 2019 to Xi'an. SyDe there was quite a surprise. HawK even made it into the top 4. SyDe had great games against the humans over there. TH and Infi that was. So can he do it again? HawK going into this as the favorite in my opinion. He is battling Happy constantly in ESL Cups, in Skill Open Cups. So SyDe, what can you bring to the table that HawK is not aware of? Let's go!
Well, SyDe seems to be playing a very different style here indeed. Not the standard DK Fiends as Happy favors, but a style that is finding more and more popularity with X-Lord, with Wan, with other great European undead players, and also with Asian undead players. It was earlier 1-0, also becoming a fan of the Crypt Lord. Ghoul opening with Crypt Lord, right? Yeah, the DK selected for a second. I think that was just muscle memory. And Crypt Lord it is. For a moment, I was thinking of a Dreadlord maybe, but, well, honestly, the CL is just so much stronger, especially early on. So Crypt Lord with probably an expansion against HawK's AM standard.
True. Get another sub here. Thank you, Lion, for 38 months of subscription to our channel. Much love, guys. So yeah, it is a ghoul build. It is double ziggurat. And still the undeads going for the Crypt Lord. Despite some comments on Twitter and in interviews, still playable, still viable. And the humans still having a hard time against that. Of course, nerfed a little, the Beetle Harass especially, but Impale is a very, very good spell. So even in the later stages, oh, look at the block. Delays everything just a tiny little bit, but on the highest level, even in the European scene, it's about split seconds sometimes.
Yeah, this is actually a really big deal. If this was just a green camp creep, or even the natural creep, this wouldn't be so painful. But this is a Merc camp creep. So this is actually brilliant. Suiciding the Acolyte here on purpose should make this really hard for HawK. Look at the damage on this AM already. The Bashlord bros going to work. It is, of course, still going to be crept by HawK, obviously. But this makes it a lot slower and a lot more damage being received by the human.
Speaking of damage, gets a nice item here with the Claw plus 9. Helps to speed up this creep a little bit. Thank you, Dawn of War 90 with a 20-month resub. HawK gets the Shadow Priest as well, level 2 unlocked. He knows about the Crypt Lord, but he can't really do anything about it. He's focusing on himself, a little egocentric human play right here. No harass at all. And so this is an easy creep. This is an easy expo for now for SyDe.
Shadow Priest healing up well, is using a lot of mana that won't be available for Abolish later, but usually Abolish isn't even so crazy against Crypt Lord because you use Abolish twice and then there's still like 4 beetles left, or in the case of level 2 beetles, they're still gonna be like half HP. A little less, I suppose. It's more about the Berserker. The Berserker and the second Shadow Priest for piercing damage over time really is the tremendous thing for the human early on against the Crypt Lord. Still gonna have HawK fast expanding here. I really like HawK's play so far. Your expansion is gonna be a little bit later, but the strength for the human starts to show itself once tier level 3s are reached. Maybe even level 4s are reached. You have the mercenaries, you have like 4 to 5 footmen, and then you can continue to pressure, where the Crypt Lord is gonna run out of mana fairly fast. Now, with this inventory, the Crypt Lord has unusually high mana, but still doesn't have the best region.
Alright, speaking of region, we do have double healing now as HawK stole the Shadow Priest. Trying to do some damage against the Haunted. Not doing too much, but the Archmage is around with double claws, plus 14 damage. And Remo, if you ask me, that's a cancel. Boom! Easy as that.
Won't probably be able to do that again, but the one cancel already valuable. If he gets the Water Elemental here, that would be level 3 for SyDe, but doesn't quite get this around. That one gets away. And HawK is going to be the first one here with an expansion. Of course, costs him a lot of lumber, so it's going to be painful for the tech later on. Possibly But I like the play here by HawK. He's applying the pressure with the AM across the map, keeping the expansion safe with his units, and seems to be looking strong here so far. Even gets the tele staff now to get out of impale surrounds. I love it. And he's getting the cancel again. This is starting to look worse and worse for SyDe.
Yep. HawK is a very, very good player against Undead. His win rate might not display that because he's losing so many games to Happy, but who doesn't? Against all other Undeads, HawK should be going into a match as the favorite. We do have a wonderful impale here. That's the first Shadow Priest gone. We do have also a Pendant of Energy, which is quite a good item. This should be the Shadow Priest gone. Another impale. That's all the mana gone now.
Yeah, some peasants will be going down here, but this should be held over time. Would love to see the Berserker right now. HawK has not quite enough gold, but in a few seconds he will. That Berserker could be a tremendous help. Ghouls will be lost, a few of them at least. Militia Call, by the way, was beautiful, perfectly timed. And here now is the Berserker, and that should be HawK holding the expansion fairly well. Question is, does SyDe finally get up his own counter expansion? It is coming right now, but still far from finished.
Yeah, very late. Ghouls are protecting this. There is a tower. No tech yet, though. Cryptlord, no mana, no TP. Gotta circle it for his efforts, but there's a big blue wave coming again to the bottom left. Nothing really in the inventory. Staff still on cooldown here. Cryptlord, what can you do without mana? You do have one beetle summoning ready, but that is it. And HawK again going through the south side, sees it early this time. Blocks with a graveyard.
That is an easy cancel, but can he cancel the Haunted? I don't think he can. Too many ghouls here around, but this is what I was talking about. The Cryptlord will run out of mana, and then with Mercs and Footies and AM, you can pressure pretty well. HawK is committing to it. This is almost a little risky, but I guess he realizes he easily has the damage. The claws, once again, being quite helpful over here. Another cancel, and this is going from bad to worse for SyDe. He is taking now, yes, but the expansion is never coming up, and honestly, even with these claws, this AM earlier should never have been able to do so much damage.
Well, HawK found good ways around SyDe, and that makes him so strong in this very matchup. Gets a couple more kills, but this also experience for the Cryptlord. Is getting close to level 4 now. That is Impale. Wait a second. Impale 2, I believe. Should be. And HawK on the other side is checking as well. Not even that far behind the Undead. SimCitying at his expansion. There's a shop, there's an arcane, there's a blacksmith. Humans seemingly moving away from the double arcane tower again, which we've seen during DreamHack. Was a short-lived trend.
Yeah, it doesn't really need this game. There's no overwhelming mass coming in. Still remember that game against Vortex on this map where it was just endless ghouls and gargoyles. That was a crazy game. HawK seems to be getting better and better against the Cryptlord. Definitely in a clearly leading position here. Can he get an Expo cancel again? He might still be able to. He's got lots of Footies. Still a few Berserkers. Or Mercs, that is. And almost level 4 now.
Okay, Archmage also, indeed, as you said, is going to be Brilliance Aura 2, then even more Water Elementals. SyDe never gave up on that expansion. We're getting close to completion now with the tower. But yeah, this is big losses once more. And it is a big human force after all, 600 gold while waiting for the tier 2 tech. And this is another cancel, isn't it? Trying, going for it. There's not too much damage, but the Water Elementals seem to be enough. Just them alone, a couple of footmen now. And this is the 4th cancel. Ouch, SyDe.
Yeah. Wouldn't be too surprised to see a GG here soon. This is pretty desperate at this point. HawK with pretty much a perfect game. It must be a pleasant surprise here compared to what oftentimes his games against Happy look like. This is, of course, a very different style by SyDe. HawK is getting more kills, more experience. Not too unlike that we're going to see a level 5 AM here soon. And of course, Mountain King coming. Tier 3 coming. HawK is getting ready for the late game as well.
Yeah, we do have a DK on the other side. And the Water Elemental again going for the Haunted. Can't he just go for the ghoul? Is he realizing this? Yes, he is. So it's another ghoul down. SyDe has no chance to do damage against this economy, and we all know how strong human is once they go to the later stages of the game. There's a tier 3 tech. As you said, Mountain King, double Sanctum. He can afford the world right now. It's also pretty safe against everything with the 2 guard towers at the expo, 2 towers in the main. He plays it very safe.
HawK wants to find a few more kills, maybe. With the MK coming, I would have expected him to go a little more into creep mode. Could have gone for the marketplace, could have gone for the Murlocs, but seemingly wants to... Oh my god, cancel it again. What is that, number 4, number 5?
Number 5. Yeah. No way to do anything about that now anymore. And 1 base, 2 base without tier 3. This is almost unwinnable. Mountain King is coming in. We've seen a couple of kills before. And that's the GG. Sees the Mountain King, fears the hammer, and taps out. This is HawK with 1 lag in the winner bracket final.
Great game by HawK, protecting his economy very well. Realizing how important that Merc camp is. Crucially important against the Crypt Lord. And yeah, SyDe there, not paying enough attention to the movement of the AM that costs him dearly.
Okay. This is, as I said, how HawK's games against most undeads look. Same if Foggy meets with undead. He's just really, really, really good at that. And HawK shows why he is one of the favorites in this entire tournament. Thank you, Bata, for the 6-month reset, by the way. Much love for that. SyDe facing the lower bracket. Round 2 would be played after the winners finals later today. Of course, gonna have the second side of the bracket there as well. Coming right after this. As Mr. Remo is hosting our second game. No invite? I had to do everything myself.
Unbelievable. I'm not 100% sure that this is the right map. It was a little ambiguous the way it was stated.
Just ask them.
I did. They're not telling me. They're keeping us in the dark. You know, it's like good storytelling. There's always supposed to be a little bit of mystery in it.
I think from what HawK wrote in the Discord, that should be right, and it's Northern Isles. We got Mikael in chat, shout out mate, saying go HawK go, go SyDe go. Well, Mikael can only win today.
Alright, we're in. And ready. So, let's go.
HawK thought I'm missing. Really cool, we had this yesterday already when Mr. Winner wanted to restart the game because he thought you were missing. And today HawK is taking care of us, or of me. But I was there, just didn't see me. Just like John Cena. Here we go. It is HawK versus SyDe, map number 2, match point for the Russian. And he's looking very, very strong. I'm looking forward to this next game. Will SyDe get an expansion up? Or is he going towards another strategy here on this map?
Seems like the strategy remains the same. Ghoul opening, and with that, very, very likely a Crypt Lord. Rarely with this opening we will see a more aggressive play with Lich and Ghouls, but that is almost exclusively reserved for Amazonia. So, would certainly expect here to be seeing the Crypt Lord again with a fast expansion. It is crucial to get out the narrow tower early and then to scout with the beetles and not allow for the AM to easily get the cancels. That is not supposed to happen. Of course, HawK did it extremely well on the first map. Also had some good items to do that. But SyDe needs to be scouting a little bit better, keep track of his opponent, and ensure this expansion comes up. Because, well, if you lose an expansion 5 times, it's just not going to work.
Big true. For SyDe, this is already a top 6 performance in the WGL Western Qualifier, which he's certainly happy with. But of course, if you're that close, you want to go even further. Maybe nerves, maybe stabilizing a little, maybe believe in the power of the beard. Maybe he found some secret strats in there.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of space to hide things in there. But at the beginning, it's going to be more about execution, not so much about late game strategy. That's probably going to come later. And there's certainly lots of different options there for Undead. Kraft, for example, loves playing Gargoyles, just straight up Fiends as a possibility. Triple Base as a possibility. Tier 2 push, Tier 3 rush. Even Mass Necros, although we haven't seen it in a little while, is a possibility. Here we have the Crypt Lord again, moving out. Some Undeads like to go for the green camp first, but it was actually, I think, Infi showing most impressively how well also you can go for the instant expansion, which is SyDe's land.
Okay. Footy is here, scouting this. On the other side, we have an Acolyte giving information over. Militia coming in, so this looks like another expansion here as well. SyDe got that confirmed. Did he get the Footman? Nope, still there. Can't allow a last hit here. Crypt Lord is already losing a lot of HP.
Pretty good item there for the Crypt Lord. Creeping this camp with the Crypt Lord is always pretty rewarding because no matter what you find outside of Periapt is good. Every other item that you can find here is pretty nice to have. Some people don't like the Crystal Ball, but even that can have decent value.
You know who loves the Crystal Ball, Remo?
Oh, look at that.
HawK. And HawK gets the Crystal Ball. Also a ring. We can be quite happy that he's still in this game and didn't call it quits yet. That's a pretty big Undead force moving north.
And HawK's just standing here, defending. Another option would be to just run south, meet the Undead army, and then pass like ships in the night and go Expo Cancel for Expo Cancel. But very few humans are willing to do that. And yeah, this is good damage that SyDe is doing. He cancels the tower. He didn't actually kill any units yet, but this is certainly a significant delay of the Expo.
Yeah, and more militia time, which is delaying the tech. I like what I see from SyDe's perspective. Archmage is hiding in his base when there's no tower at all, so he has to rebuild them. And now what? Keep up the pressure. There are a couple of corpses. Can just summon new beetles or skeletons. Let's go wreck some pests.
Update from the lower bracket, by the way. Sonic is leading 1-0 against Please.
Remo with the multitasking. Give this man a shout out. Shout out Remo. This is more peasants falling. SyDe is recovering really well after the disaster that was Echo Isles. This is looking the other way around. Crypt Lord is almost getting surrounded here. He does have no TP. This might be a way back for HawK into the game. He sold the TP for the Expo, and now he's trapped. He does have a little bit of mana, but this is just too much human.
Yeah, he's definitely dead.
Can he deny himself? Nope. Okay. Is that trade worth it?
The beetles, of course, have no expiration date, so they can still cause some trouble up here. But now HawK should be able to set up this expansion finally. Can he also pressure across the map? On this map here, Northern Isles, it's not that easy because you don't have mercenaries. No Shadow Priests, no Berserkers early, which are some of the strongest things you can have against the Crypt Lord. So HawK is still continuing to play it passively, not moving out, stays on his side, wants to finally secure his expansion to come up, and this time it will. And the lumber isn't looking too bad for HawK either, so he should be able to go to tier 2 fairly fast.
Indeed. Question in chat here, 6 beetles? Did they patch that? Oh yeah, man, the Crypt Lord went through a lot of changes. You also summoned 2 beetles at the same time and not only 1. And then a couple of changes here and there. And the Impale was changed as well. It's also now a little stronger, so Crypt Lord much change compared to what it was before, and that's why he's viable now. Town Hall for HawK is finished at the 6-minute 10-second mark, but not too many towers, no tech, a lot of militia time, but SyDe had to go for the Tavern revive.
Yeah, level 2, I suppose it wasn't that expensive. Gets level 3 now, and now we have the level 2 beetles. One tower is up at the expansion already. Oh, and the Cryptolord is getting burned, so only one set of beetles being summoned. And ghouls into the main. Two-pronged attack, very well done by SyDe. HawK starts the tech regardless. Ooh, that looks quite bold. So now he needs to make sure he doesn't lose too many peasants.
He can produce peasants at the left-hand town hall if he wants to. Cryptolord is going in again with a couple of right clicks. Needs a new corpse for skeletons. But there we have the double arcane tower again, as we've seen in DreamHack quite a bit. And it's very effective against this harass now. SyDe is towering up his own expansion as well. Always with a necropolis, always with a shop. And in the main, it's a second crypt, no third crypt.
So it seems to be the most conventional mid-game transition with fiends getting ready for statues, destroyers late game. No gargs, no mass ghouls or anything like that. Oh, ghouls now towards the expansion. Their militia cannot be called. AM's gonna have to go over there to once again protect the economy. Arcane's great against beetles and Cryptlord. Not so amazing against ghouls.
True. Got a staff and boots now on the Cryptlord. Very, very mobile. He was purged, so his arrival a little delayed, just like German trains.
Blacksmith for HawK. Very early. What we see mostly from the top humans nowadays in the 2-base scenario is tier 3 tech, triple hero, and breakers quickly with priests and gyros a little bit later on. Is he actually going to go rifles? Playing rifles into a Cryptlord first is really scary.
Invis Cryptlord, by the way. Can he go for the last hit here? There's no Stormbolt. He might be surrounded, but there's a staff. 578 experience at the moment. SyDe, are you looking? Oh, didn't get the experience, but the item.
Does easily get out. That item being stolen, really not a big deal. Very weak for both sides. It is actually gargoyles. Oh my goodness. 2 crypt guards only. Normally we see it with 3 crypts.
Okay, sometimes on concealed it makes sense to just creep super fast. But here, I feel like humans can counter that rather easily. Stormbolt, water elementals, rifles if you want to. Even a power build workshop with flag cannons can help a lot.
Double Temple of the Damned. Here we go.
Oh,
Necro wagons.
The side special, ladies and gentlemen. So, guards are a distraction or a fake. Cryptlord didn't get this one either, but stole the item again. He's aiming for that surround. Didn't work. Close. That almost was the TP.
Ooh, these footies are all gonna die. Juicy experience for... Oh, did he invest the heal scroll there for the footies? I think he did. Alright. Prolongs their life a little bit, but well, another impale and that life won't be so long now. Footies will pretty much be going down. I suppose HawK wants to transition into better units. He is going tier 3. He is going MK second, Workshop, and Sanctum. He needs a second Sanctum though to be able to get good to spell out.
Oh, this is all time he buys for the Necro Wagon. HawK almost not looking there, but yeah, it's only beetles and skeletons at this point, so the surround's not too powerful. Is HawK falling for this? Don't see a Sanctum.
The proper counter.
Ah, there.
He's got the double Sanctum, he's got the Workshop.
Didn't check
Frag
the
shards
expansion.
and Dispel is exactly what you want. Breakers don't necessarily work out that well because there's just way many summons to steal. But Dispel from the Priest certainly is good. I think he just scanned the main with the Crystal Ball and should have seen that Temple of the Damned.
All of a sudden, a crystal ball is useful, huh? Upgrades are coming. Skeletal Mastery, Adept upgrade. We do have Exhumed Corpses and the first Meat Wagon. If HawK intercepts the Meat Wagon, that's a big deal. Has a Watch Award here as well. Love the vision, love the information he's getting.
Yeah, this is pretty much an all-in strategy. This Necro Wagon push is very strong, very scary, but if it fails, there is rarely any transition available for the undead, as well, you're going to be stuck with a weak army once the human does get to 80 supply, which is still pretty far off right now, though. HawK still struggling a little bit with the lumber, but he's got plenty of peasants still on wood, so he should be clearing that out pretty soon. He's got the adept training coming. He's got the mortar teams already. 2 or 3 more minutes, and HawK is going to hit big power spikes. Question is, how much time is SyDe going to give his opponent?
Yeah. His heroes are very low, and he can only coil 1. Mana in general is pretty limited. This is not looking too great. Lacking a statue, he's focusing on the meat wagons. And no regen. Lich third. Nova's gonna be a big help. Crystal Ball for SyDe now. No level 3 MK. No clap. He is going for clap. But yeah, no second level for that yet. Paladin coming too. Knights can storm into the back line pretty swiftly. And HawK's just waiting. HawK's just waiting for SyDe to arrive. But SyDe is taking his sweet time. Going for the lab. Going for the red. Not too sure if he has to strike.
Big item here for SyDe. If this is a Catgut's pipe, this is crazy good.
Hood of Cunning, though.
Alright, not too bad as well. For the Crypt Lord or the Lich.
Mountain King is leveling up as well. He's super tanky with 10 armor already. And Inner Fire will be a thing. In the future too, we do get the frag shards. And Inner Fire is cute. Breakers as well. No control magic, but still. Good unit. Oh, SyDe is still creeping with Frenzy on the Lich. That attack speed is sick. Choo, 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 choo.
Yeah, it's not looking bad. He doesn't have many good other targets for Frenzy. It's really ranged heroes and Fiends who do the best with Frenzy. Maybe A-bombs. But here we go. This is the big push. 80 supply for SyDe. HawK is creeping the red camp. He's going to get level 3 MK. He got the Medallion of Courage, which is also really good for that hero. And he's going to get level 3 now. He's going to have to TP here, certainly. But the mortar teams are already in position.
The SyDe special. If one can do it, it's definitely a Frenchie. It's either SyDe or Krav. Here we go. More skeletons. Will this undead army overwhelm? The army of the dead is raised. Mana's looking good on the priest. It's not too many priests, but should be sufficient.
HawK is waiting for the militia to come in. They could help out, but they could also create a lot of corpses. We have plenty of corpses out already. First heal scroll used right away. MK looking for the big clap. The clap, the best thing that human has against the mass dead summoning. Mortar team with the frag shards, also pretty damn good. Going now towards the necromancers in the back. Lots of damage onto them. If you splatter to bits with projectiles from ranged siege, you don't turn into corpses. That's something also to be kept in mind. But HawK falls back behind his buildings. Beautiful SimCity at the expansion, by the way.
Alright. Not defeated. HawK holds for now. 62 supply for the human. SyDe still at 80. How much mana is there? The statue has to work overtime to regen the mana on these necromancers. But okay, he's pulling back. He is expanding in the upper left. So it wasn't an all-in for now. It was more distraction for this gold mine. And he decided that very early on.
Alright, that's something we haven't seen too much yet. This necro push into third base, but interesting. I like it. That one's going to be established here in just a little bit. It's also plenty more time for HawK. If somehow she should have the resources for Griffins, this would be amazing. But then again, Gogs, of course, can come in. And HawK's always a little broke, it seems.
Okay. Change. Change. Remember? That was fun. HawK is moving left. SyDe is threatening another attack, but HawK is finding this base. He still has 3 mortar teams. That's a lot of damage. SyDe can't... Oh, he's not selling it either. No, maybe. Sell it. Sell it. That's a lot of wasted resources if you don't. Okay. Might be busy. Okay, sold him now for like 1 gold or something. Another push into the base. Floodgates are open soon. Town portal home by HawK. Very defensive.
Oh, the MK stuck behind the army. He can't get in position. The Nova and Impale. The big punish every time against the TPing player. And there's no heal scroll here for HawK. Uh-oh. This is looking painful. The Dispels, though.
Clap and Stormbolt. Lich is gone. The coil is a little too late. And with that, the big damage dealer wiped out. 60 supply for HawK still. The Disease Cloud is doing a tremendous job, but so is the Mountain King. His hammers, his claps carrying HawK to victory. Probably Invo Potion to dodge the next Stormbolt or to evade the next Stormbolt. The Necro never fell, so he's getting that Haunted back. But how much damage did SyDe do here with this push? It feels like not too much structural-wise. Army is hurt. SyDe still at 76. This game is not over. Disease Cloud is working overtime again.
Over at the shop, must be time for the regen scroll now. The army for HawK isn't the most impressive, but the heroes are so strong now. And the thing is, the standing army for SyDe isn't necessarily that strong either. It says 80 supply, but out in the open, in a real battle, not that good anymore if there is enough Dispel against the mass raise dead. At sieging, of course, these Necro wagons are still really good. But once again, HawK is striking before he's getting attacked in the main. This time he's going to kill the Necro and the Haunted. And he has a TP to get back as well.
The iron is still hot. Water Elemental takes care of this Haunted. Not 1,000,000% sure if that's enough, but looks like it. 48 average, 47 average damage is quite nice. So, SyDe, how much damage is it you got left? Ooh, the Haunted actually finished. Is it expiring before? With a little repair. SyDe holds this. So, HawK, what do you go for? You need to defend in your base. Archmage still Water Elementals, never transitioning into Blizzard, which would be amazing against casters and Necros. Clap is absolutely magnificent. Close to level 4 is the Mountain King.
AM getting focused, in a bit of danger there, but there is level 2 Holy Light against it. Still holding on to the heal scroll is HawK, and he's just destroying this fight again, looking for the Lich kill. Doesn't quite get it yet. There's another Stormbolt in just a second, though. Impale on the AM, trying with desperate hero kill, but it's not going to work out. HawK keeps his heroes alive, even saving the more teams with the staff. SyDe dropping down in supply, getting surrounded. Does have a TP. HawK realizes this, rather goes for the wagon. Could take that one out, and he does. HawK holds again, but the Haunter in the top left is still alive, and that might come back to haunt HawK. He could have killed this earlier, but he left it standing.
All right. Does he have the time to kill it now? SyDe is trying to hold on to this. This is not the most powerful army against buildings. It's only 2 mortar teams. Skeletons possessed by HawK, by the way. Control magic now. So the skeletons are working against their former masters. And it feels like this is another cancel. SyDe, what's still left in you? The Garks are slowed very, very late to the party. There's no wagon anymore. There are a couple of corpses. Lich has good damage. DK has no survivability at all. This Haunted will be killed once again. Not selling it. There we go. Okay, that was time, but HawK again has a TP. That's the 3rd in a couple of minutes. Not waiting for the TP to come in for the Impale.
Speaking of Impale, the Crypto also so close to level 5. It's going to have to TP out again. Is everything in range?
The guards.
Pretty much.
Thank you, Element86 for the Prime sub, and Hirsch Bimbo for a 4-year resub. Big thanks for 4 years of awesome Warcraft 3 content. More years to come. Thank you very, very much for your Prime and your continuous support.
Gold mines are going to run out really soon here. The main base is about to expire, and on Northern Isles, the Naturals have fairly little gold. So, in fact, for SyDe, the Natural is going to expire first, and then the main is going to follow. So, SyDe is on a timer. His time is, in fact, running out here quite swiftly. He needs to get something big done very soon. He just hit big level ups. Cryptlord 5, Lich level 3, and he's starting to transition into A-bombs, into destroyers, better of a straight-up army, but still no fiends.
But
then again, I suppose he doesn't necessarily need fiends.
HawK has pretty much no anti-air. There's no gyros. There's no rifles. Water Elementals can be dispelled. Let's see. But he has to survive first. It's only 3 or 4 Status at the moment. Polymorph could come into play, actually. But we do have this spell there. Impale on the caster army. No follow-up. Nova. There it is. Heavy nuke on the DK, who decided to go for Aura 2, not for Death Pact to heal himself. Heal Scroll was nice. He knew exactly that the AoE is hurting him the most. Another Impale. Good, but not perfect. The Clap wipes out the Lich once again. Coil wasn't ready. 2 Destroyers now, but it feels like they can't really save side.
Another nice Impale. Is there enough follow-up damage? Skeleton's getting stolen over and over. The Breaker's doing a great job over here. The Ghouls coming into the fray. MK, if he has one more clap, this could be a feeding frenzy against the frenzy. Ghouls about to have it. Now he's got the mana. Waiting for that next clap. That could be the nail in the coffin. Some gyros coming out. Another Impale, but that one wasn't so impressive.
Trying to
Human heroes are just cleaning up.
Trying to go for the Archmage now, but without Nova, you can forget about that hero focus. It is a surround. It is a TP. Oh, no, there's no TP. Wait, wasn't there a TP just a second ago? Maybe I clicked on the Archmage. Sorry about that. The Crypt Lord wiped out level 6, level 4 on the Paladin. And that is HawK, where he belongs in the winner bracket final.
Admittedly, he lost a lot right here. In fact, SyDe has a bit of a supply lead, but it's more about the heroes. The heroes are just crazy strong right now. MK is going to hit 5 in just a moment. These destroyers still very pesky. Extremely hard to deal with. But so are these human heroes.
We do have
a
nuke.
The expansion is finished, by the way.
Holy... no lighters. Whoops. Yeah, Expo are gone. SyDe is expanding upper left. If that goes through... and he's buying more time. He could do that, but... oh, HawK is towering this up. And there's no Acolyte ready.
HawK still has lots of gold. SyDe with a decent amount. Oh! Stormbolt Hoylite. There goes the DK. GG is called. And the win for HawK.
Damn, SyDe playing a strong game too with his very style. It's not enough for HawK though. And it kind of was to be expected that way. Very, very solid. If Happy is not in the tournament, HawK always goes in as one of the big favorites. So that's him. He's waiting for his opponent now. And it will be one of the 4 following players that we have in the southern part of the bracket of the WGL Western Qualifier. It is Foggy or Krav or Blade or Stronic. Stronic definitely a surprise to see in the top 8 here. Very cool to see the 20-year-old Night Elf talent who eliminated his master yesterday, Neutron, to be here. We are going with Foggy versus Krav, sticking with the French undeads. This is gonna be spectacular. Foggy, by the way, he declined the invite for the Hive Workshop Cup just to focus on WGL. WGL is Foggy's tournament for many, many years. Whenever there's WGL, he is there and he's prepared. So expect a strong Foggy, but Krav, maybe he can upset some people. He made it to DreamHack playoffs. So let's see what's in there for him. SyDe was a good example of what's possible. He has a second life in the lower bracket. We go into a little break and then it's time for Foggy vs. Krav.